Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pam Ponders. Appreciate you being here. Today, I want to talk a little bit about hygiene, energetic hygiene, spiritual hygiene. I'm not sure exactly what to call it. I just got done with a class. So I do one-on-one classes with people, helping them develop, right? You all know that. And she was asking me questions about hygiene, about how to keep your space clear, how important that is. And it was in terms of, I mean, that's something that we go over certainly in the classes, but it was really in terms of when someone has activity in their home, we come in and we clear it. And then a few weeks later, they call us back and say, sorry, but you didn't get everything. There's still things here, which is really frustrating because what we take out of the house doesn't come back. What has happened is you, the homeowner, something that's going on in that home, some behaviors that you have, some activities that you have, some wounding that you have called in something new. And I want to talk about that. We don't talk about it enough. I know Mari-Lyn and I have said we really need to talk more about this, and we kind of skim over it, but we never really talk about it and the importance of that and why that happens. Energetic hygiene, keeping your space clear, however you choose to do that. Some people do it with incense, some people do it with like Palo Santo or sage. They drum or they rattle or they walk through the house and they say prayers or just some positive affirmations, etc. Yes, 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 yes. After a clearing, you certainly want to do that, and it's very important that you do that. However, what happens is, this has happened many times over the 20 plus years that I've been clearing homes. The homeowner doesn't really want it gone. They wanted the bad stuff to stop. They wanted to stop getting woken up at night. They wanted stuff to stop flying around the house. They wanted to stop being sick. They wanted to feel better. That's what they wanted gone, but they didn't actually want the ghosts gone because it was companionship, because of their wounding. This is what we don't talk about enough. Paranormal is really, it works both ways. The paranormal, so ghosts and other things that go bump in the night, are attracted to codependent people, and codependent people are attracted to the paranormal. Now, before you all get upset with me saying I'm not codependent or blah blah blah, so everyone is codependent in a certain way. We all are. We all have areas in our life where we are more codependent than others. I've known some very strong people, some very independent people that you would never think in their life would be codependent, but they are in particular areas. It's very common. It's a human condition. We need, not just want, but because of our wounding, we need to be seen. We need to be heard. We need to be heard. We need to get that validation. We need something to take care of. We need to know that without me, this person, ghost or thing, wouldn't be as well off unless, but they are, because they have us. Really, codependence is very invasive, and it's within all of us in certain areas of our life. But really, from my experience in what I do now, people, therapists and so forth can tell you other ways that codependency lives in someone's life, the way it manifests and expresses itself from people. But in what I do, what we do here at TCS, it has to do with being seen, being heard, to have that companionship or that connection, no matter how you're going to get it. The paranormal fits the bill, without a doubt. So we have paranormal, we have ghosts in our life. They're not going anywhere as long as we feed them, and all it takes to feed them is to be in their presence so they can feed off us. Now, there are people, my husband is one of them, and those of you who know Mari-Lyn, her husband's the same way. They could care less. They don't pay attention. They don't want to know, whatever. Ghosts don't bother them because they're not getting anything from them. Ghosts bother Mari-Lyn and I a lot because of what we do for a living, right? Because we can see them, hear them, feel them, smell them, which isn't always great. We are aware of them, and we can have communication with them, so they come in, right? We don't have any resident ones. Neither one of us have any resident ghosts, earthies, as we call them. We don't have residents. We have ones that just pop in and out. We're going to do a clearing. They always come to visit. Who is this? They try to manipulate us and talk to us and whatever it is that they want to get from us. So that's why we have them around, but nothing permanent. Anyway, one of the things that we don't talk about enough is how dangerous the spiritual realm can be. The lower vibrational ones. I'm not talking about high vibrational beings, whatever. And we talk all the time about how they lie to us. They will, if you want to think that grandma is visiting, they're going to make you think that grandma is visiting. That's just the way it's going to, whatever they can do, however they can lie to get you to interact with them, that's what they're going to do. And it's harmful to us. It's even dangerous to us. Physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, they wear us down. We get, this isn't for, I'm talking about people that have activity in their home and think that it's fun and it's really cool to have a ghost in the house, and or more than one ghost or whatever, and they name them, or they think it's grandma or grandpa or whatever it is, because we've been taught that, which is really sad, very sad. That's that sort of ghost huntery thing that's out there that said, oh, it's really cool and it's fascinating, and they're just people without a body. They're not going to hurt you, and it's really fun, and it's like having, it's like having a sister around. Well, if you have a really mean sister, then yes, I would say, sure, it's like having a sister around. It is such a slow build. It happens so slowly. The emotional abuse, the mental abuse, the physical abuse, it happens so slowly that you don't even realize until you're in it that you're in it, right? And even then, some people don't get it. You can start with just, you kind of get colds that you can't get rid of, or you have headaches and you never used to have headaches. Maybe a sore throat, a gut ache, maybe all of a sudden you have IBS and you'd never had IBS before in your life, or back pain, or you had some illness that really wasn't that big of a deal, but now it's like really a big deal all of a sudden. That can all be part of the paranormal. That can all be attributed to having ghosts in your home. Depression, bursts of anger, envy, all of those type aggression, those types of emotions. If you have activity in your home, those emotions are going to be magnified. They're going to be much bigger because every time a ghost can poke at you and get you upset, get you feeling those feelings, they get to feed off that energy, and they get to play your best friend, and they get to play like they're there helping you. They get to pretend like they're one of your guides and they're comforting you, or that it's grandpa or whatever it is. Earthies are no dum-dums. They know how, because they have to know. They have to learn how to feed from you. So they're going to lie and manipulate to get whatever they need from you, so you don't send them away, so you don't call me. That's why they do it, right? So we just don't talk enough about it. I know if you watch our channel, listen to our podcast, you know more than the average bear when it comes to earthies are not playmates. Earthies are not entertainment. Earthies are not your brothers, your sisters, your grandparents, whatever that is. They are not. They will tell you that. They will make you believe that. Anything to keep you around. I can't tell you how many clearings we've done. People have, they're on medications for anxiety. Ooh, anxiety. How did I forget that one? That's a huge one. The amount of anxiety that comes from having a ghost in your home is exponential. People that have never really had anxiety before. And then you sort of find 3D ways to explain it all. Well, my job's been really stressful, so that's it, and I bring it home. Well, no, you probably have. It's very possible you have a stressful job, sure. But then you get home and the earthy sort of pokes at that and reminds you of what a bitch that lady is at the office, or how much work you have, or that your boss keeps piling work on you and you can't get it done, and blah, 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 blah. And all of that gets stirred up. And so, yeah, you think, yeah, it's my job. It's my job. That's why I'm so stressed out. Well, no, it's the earthy in your home, or earthies in your home, that are causing that to happen. They are causing you, they can make you feel really kind of any way you want. Once they've sort of made that connection with you, even if they don't, and I'm going to pull back on that. At first, I was just talking about people who made that connection, but then there are other people living in the home, unless you're like my husband, or, some of those people that just really, whatever. They're very solid, grounded people, and they just have no use, and no one's going to make them think anything different than what they want to think, right? But the rest of us, who are a little easier influenced by emotion, by the energy around us, will be heavily influenced by the ghosts, by the earthies in our home. Here's another thing too. I used to always call them earthies, and then because of YouTube, we had to sort of change our verbiage a bit and start saying ghosts. And so now I say ghosts all the time, and I mean earthies. And so you all know that those two words are really interchangeable. So, yes, keeping your home clear and healing. Okay, the ghost is there because there's something within you that needs healing. There's something, and I'm sorry to tell you all this, whoever's listening and needs to hear this, there's something within you. There's some lesson, there's some emotion, there's something. You came into this life to fix this, to heal this, to understand whatever this wounding is. That's what you came to do. And really, that ghost is an opportunity. They're like poking at you, triggering you left and right. And it's really a blessing in disguise if you see it that way. If you go, okay, wait, hold up, time out, this earthy needs to go, and I need to get on my shit right now. I need to look at this wounding so I can heal it, so I can move on with my life, so I don't have to be stuck in this place of wounding, of needing this ghost in my home. So many people, there's a real need. It really becomes a need because of their wounding, because of that trauma. They feel like they need that earthy in their home. And I've had, I don't know how many people say well, it needs me. It likes me here. Oh, he loves me. And I just want to say, hold up. Do you know you're talking about an earthy, right? This is not a human being anymore. This is a soul that just came out of a lifetime that cannot feel love, compassion, empathy, laughter, love, cannot feel any of that. Those emotions do not exist on that plane. And they're stuck there making you miserable. And you're saying, well, they need me, they love me. Well, you know what? Of course they do. Yes, in a way they do, because they could not survive here without it. And they would keep on a go. They would go to the neighbor's house or go down the street, wherever it is, to find that person who is going to allow them to feed. So if you find yourself saying, well, they love me, they need me, even if you're saying, I need them, especially if you're saying that, that's not true. What you are being asked by spirit is to heal that wounding. It's time for you to feel how amazing you are. It's time for you to understand that you have worth and you have value. And you can put that worth and that value and that love and companionship and friendship and honor and all of that yummy goodness into a real human, a human being who can reciprocate. Ghosts cannot reciprocate in the way we need them to. They cannot love us the way we deserve to be loved. They cannot have real communication. They can't drive us to the grocery store. They can't go, whatever, buy us cough medicine because we need it. They can't do any of that like a human could. It's not the same thing. And what we're finding more and more, because of this ghost hunting craze, because of this paranormal is fabulous and it's entertaining and whatever, is that we are substituting human connection with connection with earthies. And it's unsafe, it's sad, and it's not doing you any good at all. If you find yourself caring more about earthies than you do about humans, it's time to look in, to go in and say, okay, what is this wounding? Why am I feeling so unfulfilled in my life? Why do I not believe that I deserve to have humans in my life, to have a partner, to have friendships, to have connection with human beings who can actually have conversations with me, where there's a real energy exchange, right? Exchange of ideas and feelings and knowledge and TV shows, whatever it is. That doesn't happen with ghosts. They are not capable of giving that to you. Do you see where the codependence comes in? Yeah, it's really there. And that's what we call an attachment. When we attach to a spirit like that, when they become what we think a friend is, and how you as the human are shortchanging yourself. You are shortchanging yourself if you choose to have a relationship with a ghost over a person. Now I'm going to say this, and this is going to piss some people off, but it's true. The same is true with animals. Now, animals at least give us something back, right? They give us love. They give us companionship. They are loyal to the death. They are fabulous. They give us that, and that is wonderful. Yet at the same time, we can't communicate with them the way we do humans. We can't have the same connection with them that we do human beings. That empathy, that compassion, the awareness, the talking about TV shows or books or movies or whatever you're interested in, hiking, the paranormal, whatever it is that you find yourself engaged with, that animal can only do so much for you. I think animals are wonderful and absolutely people should have them. And they are so loving and kind. So I would not ever say anything bad about an animal and that relationship. I'm just sort of trying to make the point that you can see with an animal how different that is from a human. And there are people that say, well, of course, because the dog or the cat's always going to love me and the person isn't. So of course I'm going to go for the animal. I don't want a human in my life. Well, you got a little bit of wound in there, right? There's some trauma there. I'm just here trying to say, find your worth. You are worth more than that. You are worth having a real, honest relationship with another human being where the feelings are shared and they're mutual. We have a brain for thought. You want to share that with someone. You want those thoughtful conversations. You can't get that from a ghost. You're just not going to get it from the ghost. And what a ghost brings you in the lack of health benefits? Come on, there's no comparing here. That ghost is making you sick. You may not know it, but it is. Can't tell you how many people we come in and we clear their house and we cross the earthies over, we fix the grids, we do all of that, and they get so much better, healthier, emotionally, physically, spiritually. They get better. They start feeling better. They start wanting to go out and doing more. They may still have health issues. It doesn't get rid of every health issue, but it can lessen it a lot. We need to stop looking at the paranormal as entertainment, as a substitute for humans, a substitute for human connection. It's not human connection. I haven't even got to the actual ghost yet and what they're experiencing, right? So now the ghost, the earthy, okay? We are talking about an earthy just came from a body. So they had a physical body just like we did, and it died, right? It's done. It's not coming back. That deva is done and over with. So is the brain that they were using, the emotions, the feelings, that high vibration even, that's all gone with the body. So now they are left, it's just energy, and they tend to keep the form of that body, and not always, but often. So when you see them, people say, well, what do they look like? What are they, blah, 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 blah. It was that last lifetime. They can still hold the shape of that body deva they had in life. They no longer have that deva. They can hold that shape, and they cannot cross that line into high vibration. They are stuck in the low vibration, and whatever personality they had in life, whatever wounding, that's what they bring with them. There's a basic low vibrational piece of all of them: anger, hate, disappointment, codependence. That's such a big one. That's what they hold on to. They can't find love in that dimension. They don't have compassion or empathy. It's none of that. They don't have it. They can't. They don't. They are not in a vibration where that can happen. They're not in a physical body where they can reason with their brain. They're not crossed all the way over into the higher realms where they have that consciousness that's amazing and sort of this higher brain that you have when you're crossed over. That's not, it's all about survival when they're in earthy. That's what it's about, survival. And they're trying to survive the best they can, and they cannot reach those levels of empathy, compassion, love, laughter, all of that. They can't get to it. Honor, respect, truthfulness, they can't go there. They can make you think so. Now that's something they can do. They can make you think that they love you and think that they care about you and think all of those things because you are seeing them through your trauma. And if your trauma, your wounding says, I'm a piece of shit, I'm not good enough, no one loves me, and you have this earthy come in and stand with you when you do that, or make some movement or something, or they can make you feel the way you want to feel in that moment. And that's how they get you connected to them. That's how that attachment starts. It's very sad for everyone involved, for you, the human and the earthy. It's horribly sad. What we do when we make those attachments is we keep them earthbound. We keep them here in that vibration of fear. There's only fear and love, and everything else, all the other emotions go within those two categories, right? So they're stuck in fear. So all of that, that's, talk about hell. Good Lord, could you imagine? Well, and some of you can, right? Because some of us, we've all had, well, not some of us, every one of us has spent some time in our life in that space that everything is wrong and I'm not worthy and I can't do this, and the depression, the anxiety, all of that. We've all spent time there. One of the beautiful things though about being human is we can get out of that, right? We can heal, we can reason, we can learn coping skills, we can do all of that to bring ourselves out of it to be productive humans. Not a ghost. They can't do that. And what do they do? Think about it. They don't have a job. You know, they don't go to a job every day, 9 to 5, and then come back. That's not what they do. They're around in that space all the time. And all they have is you. And then they make you feel like all you need is them, and they isolate you. I have said many a time that being in a relationship with a ghost is an abusive relationship. It is domestic violence. And you don't even realize you're in it. They hurt you. They don't speak well to you. They lie to you. They isolate you from all your friends. They gaslight you constantly. What you think you thought you're not sure of because, is that true? Like that whole gaslighting thing where it gets thrown back on you and all of a sudden everything is your fault and you start believing everything is your fault. It is full on domestic violence, living with an earthy. Now, that earthy can heal. That earthy can cross over to the higher realms and find love and heal and find that beauty. And you, as the human, can do that for yourself here on this planet in the 3D realm. It's time that we stop looking at the paranormal as entertainment, because it isn't. It's a health hazard. Okay, and even if you take ghosts out of it and the grids in your house are all screwed up, right? You all know, we talk about grids all the time, how they hold whatever vibration of the people in the home, right? And then they start to dissipate and break, and they'll hold that low vibration. Low vibration is easy to grab a hold of because it's dense, it has weight to it, and you can hold on to it. How many times have you gone to a friend's house or seen a friend or someone you know or whatever, and they're kind of depressed and you start feeling that way? Because that energy, you've grabbed a hold of that energy and it just sort of settles in, and then we become that. We start feeling that. That's not the same as high vibration. Now, high vibration, we have to reach for, we have to ask for, we have to make strides to hold on to that. Now, it can get thrown around. Like if someone starts laughing and then you start laughing too, absolutely that can happen. So you can grab onto that laughter, but it dissipates really fast, right? And then all of a sudden you're back to where you were. It's not the same as low vibration. It isn't. High vibration, we actively have to seek out and invite in and set the intention and ask for it to stay with us and be in that and set, do all of our things that people do to keep those affirmations. That's the word I was looking for. Do all their affirmations to keep ourselves at that level. And it's not easy, and you can't do it all the time. There's no way to be in that all the time. I always say that humans straddle, they're on that line between love and hate, and we're straddled on both because we're meant to have all of those emotions. We're meant to feel them all. That's why we're here. That's the purpose, is that we're here feeling all of that. That's what we come to learn. Yeah, we come to learn how to feel like crap. We come to learn how to be angry and envious and whatever, all of those things. And we also come to learn what joy feels like, what happiness feels like, what laughter is, and what love is, what heartbreak is. We come to learn all of that. That's why we're here. If you're stuck with an earthy, that is really a wake-up call for you. Your spirit is literally shaking you, saying, okay, it's time to stand on your own. It's time to see yourself as having worth. It's time to see yourself as this beautiful being, this spiritual being having this human experience, right? We hear that all the time, and that's true. It's true. And having ghosts in your home, having that paranormal experience is like spirit knocking on you. It's time to find the higher message of spirit. It's time to find your journey and your path and be on that in a positive, loving way. This is not healthy for you. The paranormal is not healthy for you. And it's not healthy for the earthy. It isn't. It's a sad, lonely existence. So we need to keep our homes clear, our person, our bodies, we need to keep it clear with good energetic hygiene. Please, I implore you to listen to what I say. And this doesn't just come from me, this comes from spirit, and this comes from my years of working with the paranormal, my years of teaching students, of healing clients. This comes from years and years of me, falling down and making mistakes and doing this right and doing this wrong and finding the right answers and coming around to the belief system that I have now. The reason I started TCS, the reason I started, as you all know, and maybe not, I started it as the community spirit, TCS. And then when Mari-Lyn and I decided to go into business together and do this together, we changed it to the conscious spirit. So little trivia there for anyone listening, in case you didn't know that. And that's our message, though, is our message truly is the paranormal is not entertainment. They are not your friends. That is an abusive relationship that you're putting yourself in. That is a codependent relationship that you're putting yourself in, and you deserve better. You deserve better. You deserve love, the real form of love, and that comes from self-love. Knowing that spirit loves you, knowing that you are on your path, knowing that there is much more for you, that you came down to learn so many things. And right now you are on your path, absolutely. And you're not meant to stay there though. You're not meant to be stagnant and not move. And when we engage with the paranormal, we don't just get stagnant, we start to revert and go backward. And that's the last thing that we want for our lives. We don't want that. We're not meant for that. We're meant to plug away. We're meant to persevere. We're meant to move forward and honor this lifetime and honor who we are, honor the spirit within us, honor this lifetime. And you can't do that if you're in an abusive relationship. And for those of you, I can hear you now, well, it's just a ghost. They just live, in the basement. And they don't really bother me. The fact that you know they're there, yes, they're bothering you. The fact that every time you walk past that basement door, you think of them. Every time you go down to do laundry, you know they're there. And you have to prepare yourself. And you go in or out. You should not be afraid in your own home. You should not have someone in your home who's abusing you. Please look at it as someone that is not healthy for you has wormed their way into your life and made you believe it's entertainment, made you believe that they love you, made you believe all sorts of things that are not true. There's so many untruths here, and ghosts lie all the time. They will say and do whatever they have to get you on their side. That's the way it works. That's how they survive. But they're not living, right? Allow them to cross over to those higher realms and get healed. Allow yourself to get healed, however that looks for you. Therapy, energy healing, a combination, whatever it is. There's so many different modalities out there to help you heal. That's what spirit wants for you. Spirit doesn't want you sitting around with a spirit who made the choice to not heal. They made the choice to stay behind in this nasty vibration, this nasty dimension, and now they're torturing you. That was their choice. That doesn't have to be your choice. You don't have to put up with that. That does not have to be your life. It's not meant to be. So I implore you, if you have activity in your home or you know someone that has activity in their home, use this podcast right now, this episode, as a wake-up call, as me saying to you, please call us for help. So, of course, I think we're the best in the business, but there are other people, believe it or not, there are other people who do this too. They don't all do it the same way. You don't want people to come into your home that are just going to send them away or banish them or whatever their particular modality of clearing is. You want someone to come in who understands what's going on, who has empathy for those earthies or lower vibrational beings, whatever they are, and gets them the help they need and can help you, and to clear your home and fix the grids and do what's needed so you can live in a happier, loving space. You deserve that. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have real connection with real people, not ghosts. Not ghosts. Those are not real people. That is energy that's stuck between heaven and hell, but much closer to hell, if there is a hell. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother conversation, hell. But those lower realms, You don't want to be stuck there. And if you are, I implore you to get help, to seek out help. And I guarantee you that you'll feel better. You'll learn to see the world differently, and your life will greatly improve when you stop living in that low vibration, when you stop living in that space that you are not worthy of love, that you don't have value, because you do. You are worth so much more than where you're living right now. If you're listening to this, and again, you have activity in your home, or you know someone that has activity, if you know someone that has activity, please send this along to them, have them listen to this, or just talk to them about it. It's time to get the help. It's time to see the paranormal as something other than entertainment or companionship, because that's just not it. So thank you for letting me just talk to you all today. That was really heavy on my mind. It started with my student, but I've been thinking about it for a while, really talking more and more about spiritual hygiene, this paranormal hygiene, and looking at the paranormal differently. I know I've said this before, but ghost hunters, I appreciate them for bringing the paranormal to the masses. And I also attribute them to bringing paranormal to the masses because there's so much wrong information out there. Wrong information. Ghost hunters are being hurt constantly. Their relationships are breaking up. Their health is declining. They have all sorts of things going on in their life. They are not healthy, happy people that they show you they are on camera. They don't talk about the things that happen to them unless it's going to make them money, unless they can parlay some bad experience into making money, then they'll talk about it, but they're not. And part of it is they don't get it because they don't want to get it. They don't want to see how the paranormal is affecting them every day. It's very sad. Okay, I think I'm done preaching. I appreciate all of you for tuning in today. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Pam Ponders, and we'll see you next time. I'll see you next. I usually say we because it's usually Mari-Lyn and I. I will see you next time. TCSEverydaypsychics.com. If you want to learn more about us, if you want to reach out for paranormal help, it's always free. You don't have to be on our channel. Of course, we always accept donations. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great day. Bye.